Module 2, Consent in Practice. What are the different spaces that consent is applicable in? What are some of the different contexts? Is consent always only sexual? These are some of the questions that we're going to try and answer in this module. I think मेरे एग्जाम्पल से ये क्लियर हो गया होगा कि कंसेंट काफ़ी सारे डिफरेंट सिनारियोज में ऑपरेट करता है. तो टुडे आई एम गोइंग टू टच अपॉन टू ब्रॉड कैटेगरीज ऑफ दीज सिनारियोज, नॉन सेक्शुअल सिनारियोज एंड सेक्शुअल सिनारियोज. Within the category of non-sexual consent, I'm going to talk about two commonly occurring scenarios. Number one, when you're at your healthcare providers. Really, healthcare providers के साथ भी consent का एक बहुत important role है. For example, they might ask you questions which you don't fully understand, or maybe you think the question is irrelevant. If you find yourself in such a situation, you need to know that you're well within your rights to ask them clarifying questions. You're allowed to ask them as many questions as you want to feel comfortable in sharing the information they're asking of you. The second can be when they're initiating physical contact, which may be necessary for different procedures and examinations. Even in such a case, you're allowed to address your concerns with the doctor or healthcare provider to fully understand the whole situation before you grant them any kind of consent. So this is a quick reminder कि चाहे आपके gynecologist हो या आपके therapist or even a surgeon, you have full control over the treatment that should be used with you and the information you share with them. Because हालांकि वो experts हैं, आपसे ज़्यादा आपको और कोई नहीं जानता है. एक और सिनारियो जहाँ कंसेंट की बात अक्सर आती है पर मानी नहीं जाती है is when you're growing up as a child. जैसे कि जब मम्मी बोलती हैं कि बेटा आंटी के लिए डांस करके दिखाओ, आपसे बिना पूछे कि do you even feel like dancing? या फिर when a random person comes and kisses you on your cheeks and says so cute without checking with you. Also जब हमसे बोलते हैं कि ऐसे शूज़ मत पहनो क्योंकि तुम लड़की हो, या फिर हेयर क्लिप मत लगाओ क्योंकि तुम लड़का हो. All of these are examples of when your consent is not considered. Do an activity. So why don't you grab a piece of paper and a pen and think about 3 scenarios where you feel like your consent was not considered. शायद आपसे पूछा भी ना गया हो. Remember that while thinking about these, a lot of emotions might come up and some feelings might come up which may not all be positive. So allow yourself to feel those and give yourself some time to just understand those. You can even pause this video and come back to it later. Oh, another scenario where consent is often not considered is when you're offering to help someone or you're being offered help. This is to say that even if a person is coming in with the best intentions of trying to help you or you are trying to help somebody, consent is still necessary. For example, if there is a wheelchair user, you may feel that it's a good thing to do to help them push the wheelchair, but you need to check with them to see if that's something they even want. And they might just want you to walk beside them. On the other side of things, if you're being offered help, you don't have to feel guilty about saying no if you truly don't want the help. Now moving on to something where consent is widely talked about in books, TV, movies, everywhere in pop culture. Consent and sex. Now remember when we talked about how consent should be freely given, informed, recurring and reversible, specific, and how one should be willing and able to do something that they're giving consent for? All of those things are applicable before, during, and even after sex. One set of situations can arise when you're going to have sex with someone. Now in this case, you can maybe have the discussion about consent way before time, maybe on a whole different day, or you may want to have it in that exact moment. Either way, remember, you're not killing the mood by having this conversation. Some of the points that you can discuss as part of consent conversation before sex may include the specific acts that you want to consent to, whether you want to use contraception or protection, and what is the contraception or protection that you're opting for. It may also include deciding a safe word. During sex, also, you're allowed to check in with yourself and see if you're still feeling good about what you consented to previously, because remember, consent is reversible. During sex, you also might want to check in with yourself about various different feelings, जैसे कि कोई भी physical sensation, numbness, pain, unexpected bleeding, or even breathing issues. In such a case, you are allowed to stop and even reverse consent. You may also find yourself doing things that you may have not previously consented for, and again, at this point, you're allowed to stop and even entirely stop the act of sex. Going beyond this, remember, consent still operates after sex. In fact, talking about consent is a big part of aftercare. This may include holding space to have conversations about what happened during sex, things you liked, things that you didn't like, any feelings that may have come up, even something like helping each other clean up, or just simply being with each other and being there for one another, maybe even cuddling. Oh, and one last thing. The consent discussion may not be immediately after sex, because sometimes you just need time to sit with your thoughts, check in with yourself, and so you should know that in such a case, you may set aside time for it later, whenever you're ready to talk about it. Oh, of course. आज के टेक्नोलॉजी ड्रिवन वर्ल्ड में कंसेंट की ज़रूरत काफ़ी सारे अलग अलग वर्चुअल सिनारियोज़ में हो सकती है, जैसे कि सेक्सटिंग, सेंडिंग समवन न्यूड्स, बीइंग इंटिमेट ओवर अ वीडियो कॉल, recording yourself or recording somebody else, even using dating apps or those pleasure tools that are compatible with different devices and can be controlled from a distance. To navigate all of these different scenarios safely, the understanding of consent is really important. Some of the ways you can actually use technology to make such virtual experiences safer includes using an app that allows you to send disappearing messages, maybe a platform that notifies you if a screenshot is taken, or you may even choose to delete the messages locally or across all devices. Some other useful tips include not shooting your face, not photographing any parts that directly link back to you. This could include any birthmarks, tattoos, even piercings. So I'm wondering if you've missed out any other scenarios where you feel consent can be practiced in your life. Can I suggest you to journal about it or talk about it to a trusted friend, or even brainstorm about it with a therapist if you see one?